in my mind. You'll never be satisfied. Blame the divine. Eventually they'll find the time. And what if I believe you? Or what if I believe you? What if I go on, give it your all tonight? You can say anything you like. I'm not your savior, so far.
And welcome to Whiskey Oval _ TV, back with the King of Sling, Cray Latemodels series. Back at it at the dirt track at Charlotte. That's where the KOS League is going to be running here tonight. Qualifying underway. Will be over in about 5 seconds. Jonathan Perkins up there on the top of the charts with a 15.765. Dawson Hykins a 15.808. He'll be a P2, and Bobby Matling will be rounding out the top 3. Over 25 drivers signed up here at 9. Heat race number 1. We're about to kick off. An outside look here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Microphone just got done unplugging. Heat race number 1. Seven drivers are going to be making the race start as they slowly start rolling out there on the raceway now. And here's how the grid is going to line up. Connor with Mecha Motorsports, number 64 machine. He'll be starting on pole with Jonathan Perkins to the outside. You have Jonathan Byram there in the number 54 late model. He'll be starting there in P3. Outside of him, give it a Robert Tucker there in the double deuce machine. You have Brendan White in P5. You have Larry with Huda Motorsports, number 38. He'll be starting in 6th place. And you have Matthew, driver just out of the west of the number 10 machine, rounding out this race field. Side by side as they go down into turns 1 and 2. Caution lights are out on the pace truck. We will be going green flag racing this time by. Connor and Jonah, top of the charts. Front row, Byram right behind him there on the bottom side. Here we go, green flag is out. As they work down the front stretch, the top 3 single file now, trying to ride the cushion line in turns 1 and 2. Jonathan Byram, he is being shown there in 2nd place. He looks down to the bottom side. of Connor right now. Down turns 3 and 4. Can he make anything happen? No, he won't. But Jonah Perkins, a man that started on the front, started on the outside of the front row, he lost the spot. And right now, he's into the 3rd spot. Connor has the quickest lap time here in heat race number 1 with a 16.102. Outside shot on the racetrack. Side-by-side battle here for P3. Jonah Perkins and Larry. You have Robert Tucker rounding out the top 5. Brendan White 6th place. And you have Matthew back here rounding out the field. Only 9 laps here at the dirt track at Charlotte. 1 minute and 12 seconds in. The top 2 has broke away from the pack. And Connor trying to break away from the 54 machine of Jonathan Byram. Running the exact same lap or the exact same lines coming across the line. Once again, Jonah Perkins trying to reel these guys back in. Robert Tucker trying to look down to the inside of Larry there, but nothing happened for that double deuce machine of Mr. Tucker. Inside the cockpit mode now. 3 laps to go. Track is already starting to slowly lose grip as they come across the line, and now only 2 laps to go for the Kings of Sling. Lead race, heat race, and number 1 side by side here for the 4th place. Contact being made. Looked like Larry tried to chop the nose off of the double deuce machine of Larry, but that didn't work out. So back up front we go with Jonathan Byram. He had a huge time accident. Went from 3rd place all the way to last. And for the final time in turns 3 and 4, Jonah Perkins to the race lead there in the number 6 machine. Connor, he's going to finish in P2. Larry comes across, spinning across the line in 3rd place. Robert Tucker 4th. Brendan White 5th. Jonathan Byram 6th place. And then Matthew rounding out the race field there in the 7th spot. Heat race number 1 ended in fireworks. As heat race number 2 starts lining up. A little bit of race info up there on your screen. Track length 0.39 miles. Temperature 67 degrees. Altitude 680 in the city of Concord. Humidity here tonight is 35 degrees. How will the track temp wear in? The iRacing official was at the dirt track at Charlotte last week. They actually just changed here about the last couple of hours. 360 is dirt. So they're going to stack them up and back them up with these great late models. 7 drivers out there on the raceway, 9 laps. And here goes the race grid. Austin Sessions, the 20 machine. He'll be on pole with Dawson Hykins, the 27 out of the Midwest, to the outside. You have Michael, driver out of Florida, the 007 machine. He'll be starting in P3 with Jeremy Christ, the 21 machine, to the outside. Hunter Conley and Matthew. Then you have Ice Cream Man, the number 90 machine, driver out of Indiana. So stacked up, backed up. Here we go. Dawson and Austin, front row. Austin goes all the way down to the bottom side. He cannot get that late model turned, and the 27 machine of Dawson goes straight to the front of the pack, and here comes Jeremy Christ now. The 20 machine trying to slice and dice his way through the race field. And the 21 machine of Jeremy Christ making a very good run down the backstretch, and he's going to claim P2 as of right now. Dawson as our race leader coming across the race line. Austin Session, he was our race leader, went down to turn 1, almost clipped the tractor tires, and he could not get that late model turn. Lost 1, 2, possibly even 3 spots, but right now he has claimed 3rd spot right now. Back there in 4th place is going to be Michael, Hunter Conley, Matthew, and then Ice Cream Man rounding out the race field. Side-by-side battle. We're on board with the 51 machine, driver out of California with Matthew. down to the bottom side of Hunter Conley as they work off at turn 4, side by side, door to door. Give it to Hunter Conley that lap. Back up front, Dawson completely checking out of the race field, and here we go. Side-by-side battle for the second spot now. Jeremy Kreis, he falls back to P3. Austin Session throws a slide job, move him up to second place. We work lap 6 of 9 now. Michael, he wants a little piece of this action in the 007 machine, but the 21 machine and Jeremy Kreis, he does not want to give up that second place spot quite yet as they work down turns 3 and 4. Battles all the way around the racetrack right now. Throw a blanket over the second, third, and fourth place drivers. Austin and Jeremy Lee. Michael kind of has a roadblock right there in front of him, but the 007 machine, the driver that's in fourth place, definitely looks like he has a little bit of speed in that dirt late model of his as we just hit the 2-minute mark here in heat race at number 2. Inside the cockpit mode of Michael now, as he works a high side, the high and scary side, tries to get a good run down the front straightaway. The white flag's being shown out to the race field. How will this all play out down the backstretch for the final time? And the 20 machine is going to hold on to second place. Jeremy third. Michael's going to be coming home in fourth place. A good battle all the way back here in fifth place with Matthew and Hunter and Ice Cream Man rounding out the race field. As drivers get ready to rock and roll with heat race number 3, the nerves are up. They make sure that everything is set up right. As drivers start rolling out, there are 9 laps. Exact same format. And here's how the race grid is going to line up for heat race number 3. Shane, the 33 machine, he'll be on the top spot with Bobby to his outside. Making up the second row is going to be Kyle, and then Derek to his outside. Rounding out the third row is going to be Ryan and Brian there in the 5th and 6th spot. Then give it to Matt George, Hood Up Motorsports driver, the number 23 machine. Got a lot of work to do back there. So Shane and Bobby, they're going to be on the front row. Beard FX back there in the 6th spot, 5th spot. Here we go. Green flag's out. And Bobby Malley shot out at turn number 2. Had a ginormous run down the back straightaway. And he's going to still hold second place. Kyle, he has a good battle on his hand with Derek. Ryan rounding out the top 5. Then that 1-2-2 machine. Beard FX Gaming there on the side of that dirt late model. Contact right there in front of him. Number 3 machine of Derek trying to work that middle side part of the race. Has a car there to his outside. Down in turns 1 and 2. Everybody trying to fight for the same real estate. Contact made into the apex of turns 1 and 2. Derek wants that third spot, and he is trying to get for it. Slide job up all the way next to the outside wall. He's going to tap the outside wall, come out of turn 4, still making contact. The number 93 machine of Kyle right now trying to work the bottom side, but here comes Ryan now trying to work the middle side part of the racetrack. Now he's going to fall right into the back gas tank, and he's going to get spun out by the number 80 machine of Brian Gunderson. Big time contact. Yellow flag is out halfway through this heat race number 3. Ryan fell in hot pursuit right behind Kyle next to the outside wall. The number 80 machine of Brian Gunderson got in a little bit too high. Got the back Nerf bar, got that back bumper of that 1-2-2 machine, and it sent him spinning. So back under caution, or the first caution here for heat race number 3. How the fill's going to shape up. Bobby Madling, top spot. Shane, he's going to be being shown in second place. Derek, third. Kyle, fourth. You have Brian Gunderson, Matt, and then you have Ryan rounding out the race field. The race controller's going to stack them up and pack them up. And we're going to do a little bit of shimmy and shiving for about 4 laps. How will it all shake out? Top 3 drivers advance. Everybody else send those drivers to the LCQ. Bobby Madley, top of the spot. Shane to the outside. Green flags out as the field steps on the loud pedal. And we have a car flipping upside down, end over end. That's going to be the number 3 machine of Derek. And the caution flag is not going to wave. Green flag, and there's the caution flag, and we do have a 5-minute limit here for the heat races. So heat race number 3 back under caution with Bobby Madley and Shane there on the top 2 spots. Derek, don't know exactly what happened to that driver, but absolutely started flipping end over end. Check this out. On board, Derek, the number 3 machine driver, kind of right there on the bottom side, middle side of the raceway. And the number 3 machine just absolutely got right into his quarter panel. He goes flip. He absolutely destroyed that machine. And we can watch it right here. 93 machine trying to get to the bottom side. And slowly started coming up the racetrack. The 3 car of Derek might have been coming down the racetrack regardless, though. Check out this hit. So restack them and repack them. Caution lights will be going off this time. Remember, a 5-minute limit, so they're only going to have not very much time. Maybe half a lap, if that. We'll see. Caution lights still out there on the raceway. So this should probably end this heat race number 3 this lap. Top 3 drivers advance. Ryan, he was involved in the first caution. Right now, he's being showed in that final transfer spot just after 2 laps. Very lucky break by the number 23 machine. Or sorry, by the 122 machine. Hit the 5-minute mark, but we're still going. So caution lights on the pace truck is off. We'll see what happens. If the caution flag waves in the middle of this, well, then you guys know exactly what happened. Bobby Madley, can he hold on to it? Shane to the outside there, the number 33 machine. And now we're going to do a single file restart. Single file restart, green flag wave, step on the loud pedals, and here we go. Trying to finish out heat race number 3. Brian looking down to the bottom side of Shane. That driver got a very good restart, and the caution flag already back out. Kind of a crazy start for this heat race. Trying to make some green flag laps. Matt George is showing red up on the program. We'll see what happened to the number 80 machine. Nothing. So back to line mode, back to race mode, race controller. They want a single file restart. So that's what they're going to get. Lights on the pace truck is off this time by 2-lap shootout to the checkered flag. Bobby Manling moved up 1 spot. Shane Sarr on the top spot. He moved back 1. Ryan, he has moved up 2 spots here, and he raced number 3. Derek, he has started in 4th and is being shown in 4th. Brian's moved up 1. Kyle lost 3 spots, and then Matt George started in 7th and still being showed in 7th place. Back under green flag. Side-by-side battle here for the 5th spot with Brian and Kyle. Derek still holding down 4th place. Ryan still in 3rd. Shane has a pretty comfortable 2nd place spot, but Bobby Manley trying to check out of the race field. We'll keep our eye out back here. Into turns 1 and 2 now. The 33 machine of Shane goes up the racetrack just a slight bit. And Ryan tries to look down to the bottom side in turns 3 and 4 for the last time. Here for heat race number 3. The checkered flag's going to wait for Bobby. Ryan's going to finish in P2. And with the last corner pass, Shane 3rd place. Derek 4th. Brian Gunnarsson got into a wreck. Matt George 6th place and Kyle P5. Kind of a shaky heat race there. Trying to work out some bugs. Race info once again here. The dirt track at Charlotte, a 0.39 mile raceway. As we get ready to rock and roll with heat race number 4. That's how the stuff's going to all line up for these drivers. Kyle, drive out of Illinois, a 7.62. He'll be on pole with Justin to the outside. You have Cole up there in P3. You have Tyler Cox in 4th place. Jace is going to start there in P5. Chad from the great state of Texas, home of the Buckies. Cleanest bathrooms around. Number 44 machine, he'll be starting in 6th place. You have David, the 313, rounding out the race field. Thank you all for tuning in here at Wisco_TV. Much appreciated. As the lights on the pace truck go off this time by, we'll be going green, a flag of racing. Justin Toll and Kyle, they're on the front row. Waiting for the green flag. Pace truck is off the raceway. Phil is left all by themselves. Waiting for the green flag. A 7.62 slowed up the race. Phil waited for the green flag till the last second. And here we go. Shimmy and Scheiman down into turn number 1. Jason will try to get to the bottom side of the 0-2-1 way there from the back part of the raceway. Regardless, he's up to the 3rd spot now. As we start getting ready, a whip swap for the top spot. Slide job for Tyler Cox for the race lead. The 7.62, will he try to... My apologies, my mic disconnected. Working lap 4 of 9 now. Tyler Cox, big time slide job in there in turns 1 and 2. Right on Kyle's front nose. Almost parked it on that 762 machine. Now Tyler Cox is absolutely stretching out the race lead. Chase is holding down P3. Here we go. Side-by-side battle here for the 4th and 5th spot. Chad and Cole, they work down turns 3 and 4. Chad's going to try to throw the slide job. Definitely clear about 3 or 4 car lengths. Inside the cockpit motor of Cole Shoemaker as he works down turns 3 and 4. We're working laps 7 of 9 now. 1 minute and 44 seconds in to this heat race number 1. Tyler Cox got the race lead early, moved up 3 spots to get the race lead, and he has not looked back. He has completely checked out on the race field. A 1.1 second lead for our race leader. Closest battle back here is a 24 machine. It's absolutely going to door the 44 of Chad Marshall, and Chad might not be very happy about that. We'll see if he does anything to him. Coming out of turn 4 now, side by side, giving it a 24 that time as a white flag is going to wave. That is for the transfer spot. Chase up in transfer spot. Chad Marshall outside looking in. Final time in turns 3 and 4. Contact was made about 2 laps ago. Chad Marshall, big time slide job, tries to hit the brakes. Doesn't work out. Chase Lynn, he's going to finish there in P3. Chad Marshall 4th, Justin Toll 5th, and Cole Shoemaker rounding out the 6th spot. As we get ready for our B main event, 16 drivers in this one. Top 10 drivers will advance to the Mac Daddy show. Everybody else, though, will end their night a little early. 16 drivers here in the B main event. Top 10, 6 drivers go home. That's how it's all going to be laid out. Everybody got their first gear. They're going to slowly start rolling out there here at the dirt track at Charlotte, one of the pristine dirt tracks here in the United States. And here goes a race grid at Chad Marshall from the great state of Texas, a 44 machine. He'll be on pole with Derek to the outside. You have Michael. He'll be starting there in P3 with Robert Tucker to the outside there in the double deuce machine. Brennan White, he'll be starting in P5. Matthew, 6th place. You have Kyle in 7th. You have Cole in P8. Jonathan, he'll be starting there in 9th spot, and rounding out the top 10 is going to be Hunter Conley, the number 99 machine. Matt George with Hood Up Motorsports. He'll be starting there in the 11th spot with Justin Toll back there in the 12th spot in the 525 machine. Matthew 13th, Ice Cream Man 14th. Brian Gunderson will be starting there in P15th, and David rounding out the race field there in the 16th spot. So here we go. Pace truck leaves the field out there all by themselves as they slowly roll down the backstretch here at the dirt track at Charlotte, a 15-lap B main event. Top 10 drivers are going to make their way into the Mac Daddy show. Green flag waves. Chad Marshall gets a massive start. One guy is already spinning out. Yellow flag. Right when the green flag came out, guys were already spinning out. Come out at turn 4. So re-bunch them back up, restack them, and repack them. Early caution. It's definitely go time. I mean, if you're here in the B main, you don't got much time to waste. Caution laps will not count. But you definitely want to make the A main event. Don't want to be one of those 6 drivers on the outside looking in. Pace lights will be going off this time by Chad Marshall and Derek is still our race leaders. Michael in 3rd and Robert Tucker rounding out the top 4. Chad Marshall running that all white, a little bit of orange paint scheme. Almost made it into the Mac Daddy show there in that very last heat race. Number 3 machine, Derek, did not have the best of heat races as he got wrecked out. So here we go, back under green flag. A lot cleaner of a race, or a lot cleaner of a start. Everybody's still trying to swap spots there, trying to jockey all 4 positions down the backstretch. And here we go, down in turns 3 and 4. We are 4 wide, 5 wide. We are wrecking already coming out of turn 4. One guy is flipping, and we have barely made 1 lap. And we have a parking lot right there in turns 1 and 2. I think we have more cars in turns coming out of turn 4 too. I think we have 2 series of wrecks here. There was a wreck coming out of turn 4, and then there was a wreck coming across the finish line. It's a flag man throws out the yellow flag. Here we go with the replay. Check this out. They're 4 wide. They're coming out of turn 4. Jonathan Byram clips the number 93 machine. The 93 clips a 51 machine. The 51, does he get the double deuce? No, barely misses him. And then just absolute chaos. Car flying up in the race there. There's 3 drivers that made it right underneath him. And then they still crash all the way down the front straightaway. Jonathan Byram, the number 88 machine, or the 54 machine, the 99 machine, the 90, the 7 machine is in it. So back to Limo, back to race mode as the field tries to get gathered back up. Lights on the pace truck should be going off this time by Matt George, driver for Hood Up Motorsports. They're in the number 23 machine. He's back to P4. Top 10 drivers once again. And right now, the 10th driver is going to be this number 10 machine of Matthew. Here we go. Stacked up, packed up. Green flag is waving. Let's try and make some green flag laps now. Up front, Chad Marshall leads a pack of Hungry Hounds around turns 1 and 2 now. Working lap 5 of 15. 10 more laps to go. Derek trying to get to his back bumper there in P2. You have Michael in 3rd place, a 23 machine. Back in P4, Brian Gunderson are rounding out the top 5, and they are side by side. An absolute rat's nest behind him now. And they are all stacked up in turns 3 and 4, and I just have a feeling this is not going to work out very good. They are 3 wide once again. All back here for the 10th spot. And right now, Matthew has it. He's actually the orange car, the number 7 machine. He's the number 10. They're on the they're up there on the scoring pylon. So outside looking in is Jonathan Byram there in the number 54 machine. He needs to pass one car. You have Cole Shoemaker and Robert Tucker as well, and they are crashing at turns 1 and 2. The double douche machine, he goes flipping, but the yellow flag is now going to wave here on lap 8 of 15. So back under yellow flag conditions here in the B main. I believe that was Robert Tucker. And it was. We got the replay, though. We'll try to break it down. '22 machine down there to the bottom side part of the raceway, trying to get to the outside of the 027, and just might not have seen the 51 machine there, but absolutely came right across the front nose right before turns 1 and absolutely took both of those drivers out. So Robert Tucker will be back there in P15 now. Outside shot, and you can see just how much this track is slicking up. The high side definitely has a little bit of grip left. One thing you got to watch out for is the entries into turns 1 and to turns 3. A lot of slick racetrack there, and you can lose your back end quite easily as a pace truck pulls off the back stretch, and the field is left alone once again. Slowly rolling down into turns 3 and 4 now. Derek gonna be a race leader. Michael, the 007 machine, to the outside, and Matt George there to the bottom side there in P3. Green flag waves. Cole Shoemaker outside looking in. He is back there in the 11th, battling out with the 11th and 12th spot. 10th place of Hunter Conley, the 99 machine, down there to the bottom side part of the raceway, but here comes a 51 there to the outside, and now Matthew has a last and final transfer spot. 5 laps to go here at the dirt track at Charlotte, and everybody trying to make it into the Mac Daddy show for the Kings of Sling. Race leader Derek completely is starting to slowly check out of the race field. Michael's still P2. He's going to battle it out, though. He has some hungry hounds right behind him with Matt George and Chad Marshall. And here goes a 23 machine of Matt George down to the bottom side. See if he can slide it up right inside that gap, and he does. What will the 44 do of Chad Marshall? He sticks in there to the middle side part of the raceway. Back here where our final transfer spot is. Top 10 drivers. Brian Gunderson, he's in that last transfer spot now. The number 80 machine trying to work the outside part of the raceway of Kyle down to the bottom side. The high side slowly starting to get stacked up, and it's anybody's race here for the 10th spot now. Side by side, 3 wide down to the turns 3 and 4. Two laps to go here at the dirt track at Charlotte, and it is a 5, maybe even a 6-car race, all for this last and final transfer spot. Outside shot. As contact being made coming out of turn 4, and the white flag is going to wave. And this is not going to be good. The 99 machine just absolutely smoked 2 drivers. That was Hunter Conley. Brian Gunderson is being shown in the last transfer spot. The driver all the way to the outside wall, that black and green. Can he hold off Kyle there on the bottom side? Yes, he will. So Brian Gunderson sent him to the Mac Daddy show. And some drivers might not be very happy with this number 99 machine of Hunter Conley. He's being squeezed down to the bottom side part of the racetrack. Could not get that machine turned. Slid all the way from the inside all the way almost to the outside wall. Took out two different drivers. Regardless, though, he's being shown inside the top 10. Here's a B main results up there on your screen for the last time. Michael and Derek, Chad, top 3. Matt, 4th. Jonathan, 5th. Brennan, 6th. Matthew be rounding out the 7th spot. Hunter, 8th. Robert, 9th. And then Brian rounding out the top 10. Kyle outside looking in. He'll be finishing 11th place. Cole, Justin, Ice Cream Man, Matthew, and David. Their nights will be coming to the end. So warm-up is underway. Something just fell behind me and absolutely scared the crap out of me. Warm-up is underway as drivers make their final changes. See what they want to do to their late models. Best lap time will be up there on your race screen. There it is. Tyler Cox with the quick time as of right now is 16.303. Shane there in P2 was P2. He falls back to third place, and now Connor, he goes up to second place. Outside shot, and you can see just how slick turns 1 and 2 are. The entry up there on the high side of turns 1 and 2 is pretty slick. The bottom side, not too bad. But the problem is coming out of turn 2. That whole bottom side part of the raceway is all slicked up. I really think this is going to be a slide job type of line to try to make a pass, and you can try to gotta park it there on someone's front nose, and that guy that you try to slide job, hopefully they will check up. That or they do a crossover or something. One of my favorite racetracks is this one right here. Thank you all for tuning in here at Wisco_TV. A very long night of racing here for the King of Sling. 4 heat races. We had a long B main. We had a long heat race number 3, I believe. Possibly even heat race number 4. A lot of contact being made. Checkered flag will be waving there at the 5-minute mark. And we'll see if they reset the racetrack any. If you guys would like to join this action, you can go check out Kings of Sling there on Facebook. Breaking down last week's race at Latemodels. Jonah Perkins finished there in the top spot. Dawson finished in P2, and Tyler Cox rounding out the top 3. Bobby Malley and Colton Malone rounding out the top 5. That was race number 1 for the King of Slings. Race number 2, dirt track at Charlotte. We'll see how the dominoes fall as the checkered flag should be waving, and it is waving. Robert Tucker, top of the charge. Tyler Cox, P2, and then Shane rounding out the top 3. They're in the quickest lap times out there. Will that transfer over? We'll all find out. But let's get to it. for the Kings of Sling. No one cares about practice. No one cares about the heat races or the B main. It all comes down to this for all the marbles. Who will take home the checkered flag here for race number 2 for the Kings of Sling? And for the starting lineup, 22 drivers are going to be making the race start. And this is how the grid is going to be lined up. Ryan, the 122 machine, driver out of Illinois. He'll be on the top spot with Austin Sessions, the number 20 machine, to the outside. Connor with Mecha Motorsports. He'll be starting in third with Tyler Cox to the outside, rounding out the second row. Making up the third row, that's going to be Bobby and then Dawson to the outside. Making up the fourth row, give that to Jonah and then Kyle. Larry with Huda Motorsports, the 38 machine. He'll be starting there in 9th place with Jeremy there in the 10th spot. You have Shane in P11. Then you have Jace back in the 12th spot there in the number 24 machine. Halfway through, 13th place. Give it to Michael, the 007 machine, driver out of Florida. And then Derek there in the 14th spot. Chad Marshall out of the great state of Texas, a 4 machine. He'll be starting in P15. Matt with Huda Motorsports, a 23 machine. He'll be starting there in a 16th spot. You have Jonathan Byram, the 54 machine, drive out of Carolina. He'll be starting there in the 17th. Brendan White, drive out of Illinois. He'll be starting 18th. You have Michael back in 19th. Hunter Conley, Robert Tucker, and rounding out the race field in the final spot is going to be Brian Gunderston there in the number 80 machine. So let's get to it. 22 drivers going to make the race start. A 55-lap Mac Daddy show here at the Dirt Track of Charlotte. Ryan, Austin, front row, and Connor and Tyler, they're making up the second row. And the Kings of Sling, Mac Daddy show is green flag out there on the raceway as the field steps on the loud pedal. Let's do a little bit of shimmy and shiving down to turn number 1. Caution. Absolute wreck fest out there. A parking lot of cars on lap number 1. A very early caution has brought the field all the way back down. We'll try to find the replay. Machine tapped the inside, then he goes down the racetrack, hits the number 3 machine. Both those guys go sliding up next to the outside wall. That is my screen that is doing that. Regardless, absolute parking lot of cars down here. So back to live mode, back to race mode. Ryan still a race leader. Austin there in P2. Connor third, and Jonah rounding out the top 4, and Kyle rounding out the top 5. And they're going to have to reline them back up. And here we go. Pace truck off the raceway. Be going green flag racing this time by the field. Gets you all bunched up a little bit late. Doesn't matter though. Green flag is out. Ryan steps on the loud pedal. We're back under green flag conditions. And another wreck is happening. Jonathan Bynum gets turned right in front of the double deuce machine, and he goes flying. Caution already back out. Everyone's slowing up for the race, Phil. Kind of a slow start here for the Mac Daddy show. Driver's still trying to get some of those nerves out. Now trying to get the lineup right. Everyone had to come to a complete stop, wait for the pace truck. So we'll try to break down everything once the pace truck meets the front end of the race field. Invert of the couple of the front rows. Whenever the green flag waved. Lights on the pace truck are still on. Ryan is still our race leader. Outside of him, that's going to be Austin Session. Definitely the outside of the front row, not getting the best of restarts here tonight. I'd much rather be the guy that's in third place. Down on the bottom side, a lot more grip. You can see that inside car a little bit better before you take off. And the lights on the pace truck is off, so we'll be going green flag racing this time by. We're already 5 minutes and 41 seconds here in the A main show. Waiting for Ryan to take the loud pedal down to the floor, and here we go, back under green flag now. Middle pack is kind of where all the action is at. They are 3 wide back here, a little bit of 4 wide action as everyone barrels down, and we already have another wreck. Caution flag back out. Not much to say, just a lot of wrecks here, or very early on. Once they finally get these things up to speed, somebody gets taken out. I'm gonna be making a quick change here to my settings really quick. This is confidential information, as everyone knows. Just kidding. It's not really it's really not that secret. Third time caution is waved. We're on lap number 3. 7 minutes and 20 seconds in the A main show. Beard Gaming up there on the top right-hand corner. That's the title sponsor for the KOS, for the Kings of Sling Create Late Model League. As we'll be going green flag racing this time by. Single file restart for the race field. trucks off the raceway. Alrighty, a funny looking start that this is. Regardless though, green flag back out. '20 Machine trying to throw a slide job. That was Austin Session. Didn't work out too good for him. Here comes a number 6 Machine trying to go for the race lead. Almost put Ryan into the outside wall. They were a little bit of 3 wide coming out of turn 4. Connor takes the race lead. The number 6 Machine trying to throw another slide job on the race lead. He's going to lose all sorts of momentum down the backstretch. Everybody fighting for this top spot now. Now Austin Session, he's going to try to park it on the front nose. And then now the leaders are all wrecking and the yellow flag back out. So some good 2 laps of racing there. See what we can see here on the old replay. Watch the number 6 Machine, or the 20 Machine. Tries to slide job. He definitely was not clear, and then everybody just filing right on in. Brandon White tries to catch to the tail end of the race field. Back under green flag. Here we go. Trying to make some green flag laps now. Shaky start of the race. Hopefully everything else will go smooth. Shane gets a really good restart there. The number 33 Machine already has almost a half a straightaway lead. The gap is up there on your screen now. A 1 second lead, a 0.8 second lead for Shane over Jonah. And here we go. We're already getting bunched back up here in the 8th spot. The number 3 Machine starting to slide up the racetrack a slight bit. 3 wide, multiple rows. Ryan is stuck right smack dab there in the middle part of the raceway. The 22 Machine of Robert Tucker there in front of him. The 21 Machine of Jeremy. Next to the outside wall, the number 3 Machine is gone tagging. And that's Bobby Madling, the number 3 Machine. They're on his trading pace. Number 7 up there on the scoring pylon. Jeremy still rounding out P6. You have Chad Marshall back here in 7th place. Ryan in 8th. Tyler Cox rounding out the top 10. And Larry back in 9th place as they are side by side, multiple rows deep now. Down the backstretch and into turn 3. We have got our groove on now with the KOS Crate Late Model League. And here's our race leader. He did have a 0.8 second lead the last time we checked in on him. Now almost has a 2 second race lead over the race field. Jonah Perkins back in P2. 3rd place, still side by side. The bottom line, definitely you can throw slide jobs down there. Just cannot find any grip to get those rear wheels on to come off the raceway. And the caution flag is back out. Caution flag back out here for the 5th time now. Brennan White, the number 11 Machine driver out of Illinois. We'll see what happened to this driver. There to the outside wall, just scrapes and then flips himself right on over to the race hood. Track is getting dusty out there. Lights on pace truck should be going off this time by. Drag strip there in the background in turns 3 and 4. And now we're going to restack them and repack them. Not going to do a single file restart after 5 cautions. They're going to restack them and repack them. 13 minutes and 39 seconds here for the A main show. Working lap 12. Pace truck is off the raceway. Green flag back out. Caution, back out. We have one guy flipped on over. One car is absolutely destroyed. That's Brian Gunderson there in the number 80 machine. Thanks to Bob Klein, who has just liked the stream. Kelly has liked it. Racer Nix has liked it. Daniel Schultz has followed. Much appreciated. And on down the list. Thank you all for tuning in here to Wisco_TV. Watch race number 2 at the Kings of Sling. Shaky start here for the Mac Daddy Show. Brian Gunderson tries to catch in the end of the field there. Shane, an absolute rocket ship there in the number 33 machine. Already had a 2-second race lead. About 2 cautions ago. Absolutely vanished on him. Very quick. Jonah Perkins there in the 6J car. He is not scared to throw slide jobs down in turns 1 and 2. You have Jace Lynn as well. This driver is not scared to throw slide jobs either in turns 1 and 2. So watch out for both of those drivers. See how that all shakes up. Robert Tucker behind them there in the double deuce machine. As Tristan has just followed, much appreciated. Bobby Matley, P5, Jeremy 6, Chad Marshall 7, Tyler Cox, Larry, and then Jonathan rounding out the top 10. Green flag is going to be back out on the raceway here at the dirt track of Charlotte. How will it all shake out? Top 3, everybody single file next to the outside row. If one driver slips up, it's going to stack up the entire outside lane. On board the number 68 machine, Tyler Cox, as he follows Jeremy there in turns 1 and 2. Jeremy, he's going to try to work the middle side part of the racetrack. Will Tyler Cox get a good run down the backstretch? Almost there to the quarter panels in turns 3 and 4 now. Battle is on for the 6th spot. The 21 machine barely leaving about a half a car length lane next to the outside wall. And the 68 machine trying to power himself there to the outside, and he finally is going to do it after 2 laps. So the driver that's moved up 10 spots here in the Mac Daddy Show is going to be Shane, the 33 machine. Right rear tire next to the outside cushion in turns 1 and 2, and absolutely flying out there. Jonah P3, Jason, Robert Tucker, they're going to be side by side here in the apex of turns 3 and 4. Jay slides up the racetracks and almost taps the outside wall. Robert Tucker going to look down to the bottom side for one last time in turns 1 and 2. He will not be able to do nothing with it. Going to lose a little bit of speed there. Bobby Manley trying to catch up to both of these drivers. Tyler Cox in 6th place. You have Jeremy in 7th. Caution back out. Caution back out, and Jonathan Bynum is all torn up into the apex of turns 3 and 4. Jonathan Byram goes into the race pits trying to get a fast repair, a quick repair. We'll try to watch the replay to see what happened to the 54 machine. And here we go. Definitely gets thrown a nasty slide job right in front of him, and I don't know if his car is broken at this point or not. Came off the outside wall and clips somebody's right side, came to a complete stop, and that's what brought out the race caution. Yeah, you can see that steering is all destroyed. Turning right to go straight. Back under green flag. Shane still our race leader. Jonah, P2, Chase, third place. Robert Tucker, fourth, and Bobby Manling rounding out the top 5. Lap 20 of 55 is what we're working. 19 minutes and 34 seconds here in the A main show. Down in turns 1 and 2, Robert Tucker works underneath Chase Lynn. Been doing that for the past 5 laps or so, but has not made nothing happen yet. 24 machine looking very strong, very dedicated there to the outside wall. Now race leader Jonah Perkins, he's going to get a slide job thrown on him. Sorry, Shane, our race leader got a slide job thrown by Shane. Was able to recapture the race lead, and now we're side by side here for the second spot. Almost make it 3 wide now with Robert Tucker down to the bottom side. Tyler Cox rounding out the top 5. He's that 68 machine, just buying his time, trying to figure out a way around these guys. He's going to try to thread the needle, hits the brakes, very good. Heads up driver by the 68 machine, trying not to push a race issue. Outside shot of the race field now with the 33 machine. Definitely a very comfortable lead. The 22 and 24, they make contact for the third spot. And Tyler Cox still just slowly buying his time, trying to find a way around both of these drivers. In hot pursuit right on the back gas tank of the 24 machine of Jace Lynn. Inside the cockpit mode, looking right out of the driver's visor, and here we go. Down in turns 1 and 2, 3 wide. 68 machine, a big time slide job, a 2-for-1 dinner deal. Not going to make it work, has a check out of it. He did get around Robert Tucker, though, in turns 1 and 2. So move Tyler Cox now up to the 4th spot with some heads-up driving, trying to get to the bottom side of Jace Lynn now. Will he throw a slide job, try to park it right on the front nose? He will leave one lane out there to the outside wall for the 24 machine. 68 machine of Tyler Cox definitely has a lot of speed there in that dirt late mile, trying to keep that thing as straight as possible through the corners, but side by side all for this last and final podium spot. Jonah Perkins has a very comfortable, and a caution is going to wave, and there was a wreck right in front of our race leader of Shane. Caution flag out on the raceway. Caution flag back out. Shane, our race leader, Jonah P2, and Tyler Cox. Very, very good heads up driving. Trying not to push the issue 3 wide. Was able to get up there into the 3rd spot. Caution back out on the raceway. I think that happened right in front of our race leader. Here we go. Watch this. Hunter Conley down to the bottom side. He may have hit the tractor tire, and he does. And there's our race leader, the 33 machine. He was able to go to the outside part of the raceway. Hunter Conley very smartly held the toe button to get out of the racing line as a field was roaring past him. So here we go. Pace truck going to leave the field out there all alone there in the middle part of the backstretch. Slowly working into turns 3 and 4 now. How will this all shake out? Shane, this is his race to lose. Jonah Perkins not scared to throw the monster slide jobs in turns 1 and 2. Green flag back out. Everybody realm rides the outside wall. Right rear tire right onto the race cushion down the backstretch. Shane trying to hold on to the race lead. Protects that slide job line. Tyler Cox reeling in that number 6 machine right on the back Nerf bar. Come out of turn 2 now. Shane, Jonah, Tyler Cox, top 3. 68 machine trying to work the bottom side, trying to get to the inside quarter panel. Not quite. Coming out of turn 4. Going to fall in hot pursuit right onto the back bumper of 6J of Jonah Perkins. Perkins trying to hold a very steady line, and Tyler Cox taps the outside wall. Follow the leader for the top 3. 4th place, Chase Lynn, Bobby Manley. They're going to battle it out. Bobby and Robert as they go down turns 1. The number 3 machine tries to slide it up in front of Robert Tucker. Robert Tucker denies it, and a caution is back out on the raceway. He tried through the slide job. Robert Tucker was, it was a very close slide job. I will say that. Before we watch the replay, I'll at least say that. I believe this was after the caution. Here we go, right here. Check this action out. You guys can make the call on that. Bobby Manley trying to throw a slide job on Robert Tucker. Man, close call. We'll watch it again. Full speed this time. Side by side down in turns 1 and 2. Bobby takes that middle side. And the 22 just did not lift, did not hit the brakes. I don't know. Not the broadcaster, not the race control guy. Back under green flag as we work lap 33 of 55 now. We are 26 minutes and 31 seconds into this A-Main show. 20th on back is out of this race. Hunter Conley back in the 19th spot. He is inside the pits right now, trying to get some repairs done. Shane, Jonah, Tyler Cox, top 3. Jason, P4. Robert Tucker as we go down the list. Robert Tucker, P5. Austin Sessions, 6th place. You have Jeremy Chris back in 7th. Dawson, 8th place. You have Larry in 9th. Matt rounding out the top 10. And we have a rat's nest of cars back here. Derek, Michael, Kyle, Chad, Marshall, Ryan, Bobby, Connor, and Matthew running out all the way down to the 18th spot. One guy gets spun around, and we're back under caution flag. Pretty sure one driver had to drive up onto the race wall. Drove onto the outside wall to avoid that crash. Was that Logan Seavey that did that one year in the midget car? Here we go. Ryan, the 122 driver, he was in it. And yeah, he just tags the back bumper of the 44 machine. And watch this driver up on the outside wall. Check this out. No thanks, pal. One more time. Inside the cockpit mode of Matthew, the number 10 machine. Probably the best move of the race right here. Seeing it coming. Makes a hard right-hand corner next to the outside wall. Puts two wheels on the outside fence. And there you go. That's how you escape a crash. So, Phil, let's restack and repack them now. After a series of single-file restarts, now they're going to restack them. Jonah and Shane, front row. Outside row does not get the best of restarts, and this track is completely slicked up now. Green flag back out. Number 68 machine slowly starting to slide up the racetrack. That's going to be Tyler Cox. Very fast there in the number 68 machine. Trying to find a little bit of grip, though. Trying to find some grip to make some passes. Not much left out there here at the dirt track at Charlotte as everybody puts the right rear tire next onto the race cushion. And here comes Tyler Cox now. He has a good run down the backstretch. On the back bumper of Jonah in turns 3 and 4. Everybody staying single file. Haven't talked much about this number 38 machine of Larry. He still has a very clean looking race car. He is right now in the 8th spot with Jeremy Chris there on the back bumper of him. Lap 40 of 55, 30 minutes and 5 seconds into this A-main show. On board with Larry as he works the outside of the 21 machine and Jeremy. Jeremy looked down to the bottom side for the first time in turns 3 and 4, but there was nothing there for him. So he falls right back in line. Shane, dominating performance, as definitely has led the most laps, but the 68 machine, and here we go, side-by-side battle for Jace Lynn and Robert Tucker. Jace there to the outside part of the racetrack with that white and blue, the 22 machine. Robert Tucker there to the inside, hard onto the brakes. Last lap times up there on your screen now. Race leader, as everything upstates. Race leader only ran a 16.9. A monster time slide job by Tyler Cox. So move him up to second place now. 68 machine definitely has a lot of speed, and now he has a wide open racetrack, and he has laser focus trying to catch a 33 machine. Last lap time, Shane though ran a 16.6. Tyler Cox, after he got around a machine, ran a 16.8. We'll see what happens this time by. Jonah Perkins, though, not going to let him off the hook quite yet as he sticks right there to the back bumper. Lap times update. And there it is. Shane still running the fastest lap times out there on the raceway. Not by much, though. Cannot afford to slip up yet. Gap up there on your screen. He has a 1 second race lead, and the dust is flying here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Dawson back here in the 7th spot had a very good race number 1. I believe he finished in the top 5 right now. He is outside of the top 5 for race number 2 for the Kings of Sling. Larry P.A., Jeremy 9th place, Bobby Matling being shown there in 10th, Derek 11th place, Ryan 12th, Chad Marshall 13th, Kyle 14th, Matt George 15th, Michael 16th, and Matthew rounding out the race field. Everybody else 18th on back is out of this race. So the top 3 is completely single filed out. It has a monster gap in between everybody all the way down to, I believe, 7th place, and the caution flag is going to wave once again with 6 laps to go. I mean, just absolutely slid right into his driver's side door coming out of 4. And then he gets absolutely pummeled up into the raced air. Trying to finish up race number 2. The 33 machine, a dominating performance so far. Can he finish this thing off? Can the whole field finish this thing off? 5 laps to go, a handful of laps around the dirt track of Charlotte. Side-by-side battle here for the 3rd spot. Jonah there to the outside. Robert Tucker looking down to the bottom side as Robert blinks in and out for a slight bit. He does hold a steady connection now down the backstretch. Robert Tucker trying to crack a podium spot, but Jonah Perkins trying to deny him with 3 laps to go. 35 minutes and 18 seconds in. You've worked this long, this hard to be into that podium spot. You don't want to lose it here in the last couple of laps. Shane already has a half a second race lead over Tyler Cox. Tyler Cox I thought he would be able to hold to the back bumper. Not able to, though. Shane absolutely dominating the race field as we are on board with our last podium spot of Jonah Perkins. Robert Tucker, 4th place. Jay's back here in 5th place with Austin Sessions. White flag is going to wave. Austin tries to squeeze him up to the outside wall. Clean racing as they come across the race line. Austin Session trying to crack into the top 5. This is for a top 5 spot here. 24 machine at Jay's for the final time in turns 3 and 4. Austin Sessions going for a little bit of contact made. Everyone comes across the line. And the checkered flag is finally going to wave here after a 55-lap A-main show in the 33 machine. He's going to come home in the top spot. Tyler Cox, P2, and Jonah Perkins. They're in P3. You can see this racetrack is absolutely destroyed now. Absolutely all slicked up. We'll jump into the Discord page trying to get an interview with the top 3 guys. Final results are up there on your screen now. That's how race number 2 is going to all shake out. Shane, Tyler Cox, Jonah Perkins. It's going to be top 3. Robert Tucker, 4th place, and Jay Slynn rounding out the top 5. The man that's finished in 2nd place, that is going to be Tyler Cox. And Tyler, man, that was a very long race.
Phew, I know. Especially for me, my nerves are kind of shot. You know, there lap 1, I got flipped and restarted 20th, and came back to salvage a ton of points. So felt pretty good. Just because the track was so one lane, but I still worked my way back up there.
Yeah, that's what I want to ask you about. Looked like lap 1, there was a little bit more passing opportunities, but man, I guess kind of the early parts of that 55 lap run, everything was just right next to the outside wall.
Yeah, it was pretty treacherous. You were still able to make some passes, but you had to kind of plan your run the lap before, and you know just make sure you could pull the slide job off to get in line, jump back up in line. So it was real technical, but that was fun.
Roller coaster 9 for the 68 machine at Tyler Cox, but man, congratulations for that second spot. Very good race for race number 1 and race number 2. So congratulations. You got any shout outs that you would like to give?
Just shout out to the whole dig gang. Me and Greco and Jeremy all worked on setups all day, and it paid off. So 1-2, and I don't know where Jeremy finished, but he ran pretty good as well.
Very cool. Tyler Cox, we'll try to catch you next Monday.
Alrighty, thank you, man.
And that's that guy that finished in second place. The guy that's going to finish in third place.
What's up?
That's going to be Jonah Perkins. And Jonah, how's it going, man?
Man, pretty good. I'm happy with the finish. I'd like to stay in the points race, so a third place finish is actually pretty good.
A long night of racing, a lot of slide jobs. I think you threw a good handful of slide jobs out there. Is when the track is this slicked up, man, is that about the only way to pass?
Yeah, it depends. I mean, you just really got to expect the unexpected. You don't know what line's going to come in with a slick track, but I expected 3 and 4 to be a lot faster on the top side, but yeah, I really liked what they did with the invert because man, for them first couple of laps, there was a lot of passing and a lot of carnage.
Yeah, a lot of carnage out there. I wanted to see your input. What was causing a bunch of the yellow flags out there?
I think a lot of people were getting into the wall and people just couldn't check up fast enough. Or sliders too. Some people couldn't throw clean sliders.
Well, very good points tonight for you, sir. Driver out of Illinois. So race number 2 is in the books. We'll go on to race number 3. You got any shout outs that you would like to give?
Jace Land again, he helped me yet again with the setup, and really that's what sealed me in for the third place finish tonight.
Very cool, man. We'll catch you next Monday.
Thank you, man.
Jonah Perkins, a very good points night there. And for that final transfer spot by the guy that dominated the race is the number 33 machine of Shane. And Shane, you caught the race lead quite early, man. And after that, you did not look back.
Man, it was luck, honestly. Them guys stacked up front. I saw a hole and hammered down, man. That's all I could really do. And I come out of the smoke on the other side, clear as crystal.
A lot of caution flags out there here tonight, man. There was one time you had a 2-second race lead, but man, restart after restart, you was able to hold the race lead. What was your strategy there?
Yeah, I was definitely stretching them out. I was kind of scared I was too fast, honestly, but when the caution was coming out and then we was going double foul, I was definitely feeling it for sure.
A lot of racing, man. 50 laps from lap 1 to lap 50. I know this track changed a lot, but it looked like the outside lane was about the only lane out there.
Yeah, it was really dominant in 1 and 2. I could not get down low in 1 and 2 for sure, but I found a little bit of moisture through 3 and 4 and tried to keep my right rear end at the whole show, and it paid off.
Very cool, man. Well, congratulations here for the top spot. A very dominating performance by the 33 machine. Got any shout-outs that you would like to give?
Yeah, for sure, man. We got all the regular sponsors on the car, as you can see there, but we got a shout-out to the big gang. Like Tyler said, me, him, and Jeremy, we've been working on setups for 3-4 hours today just to try to get better, and looks like it has paid off. Very
cool. Top spot. Congratulations. We'll see you next Monday.
Yeah, sure, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Shane, dominating performance in his own little zip code there. Here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Long night of racing. Well, very long night of racing. Here's a feature results once again. Shane, Tyler Cox, Jonah Perkins. That's going to round out the top 3. Robert Tucker, Jace Lynn, and Austin Sessions back to 4th, 5th, and 6th. Dawson, Larry, Bobby, and Jeremy rounding out the top 10. You had Chad, Kyle, Ryan, Michael, Matt, Matthew, Derek, and Connor rounding out the top 18. 19th through 22nd is going to be Hunter, Brian, Jonathan, and Brandon White. That's how the A-Main feature event is going to stack up. And we'll move on put this one behind us. We move on to race number 3, and we'll see how the Kings of Sling Crate Late Model League is going to all finish up. Very early on into the race, or into this race league, if you did not have a very good night 1 or 2, you can still have a very good night number 3, though. That's going to do it here for WhiskeyOval_TV. Much appreciated for everyone tuning in, hanging in there tonight. We'll catch you guys next Monday night. Thanks for all the likes and shares and comments. Monday night at about 9:15 Eastern or so, we'll go live. New week of iRacing has started, so enjoy the new tracks. Get some wins there in the officials. Until then, next time, everyone, please take care, and I'll talk to you guys soon.